Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Kampung Kayutangan, aka the Heritage Village. This is a village that has existed since the colonial era of Dutch in Indonesia. In here, you will see a lot of houses that built since the 19th century and still standing until now. But before we start our journey today, let me introduce myself first. My name is Daffa Arian. You can call me Daffa, and here I will lead you to explore this beautiful village. As I said, we will get around this vintage village and see a lot of houses from Dutch colonial era. We will be in here for 3 hours, and please follow my lead every time we are walking on it. The rules in here are simple. Please be respectful for every culture you see here. Always stay in a group while we are walking on the village. Always put your mask for safety protocols because this pandemic. And before we get into the village, we will wash our hands first on the washing stand right on your side, on your left side. Now, is any one of you have a question? No? Alright. Let's start washing your hand first and then follow my lead to go to the village. Alright everyone, as you can see in front of you, there is a tomb of Bahongo. Bahongo is one of the first ancestors of this village. Or you can say that he is the founding father of this village. Everyone respect him, and people often come here as a part of pilgrimage. They do some kind of rituals and other things to respect Bahongo. And in front of the tomb there is a script written in Japanese writings. Maybe if you can Japanese, you can read there, and one of our translators will read that for you. This tomb is so old. Some people say that it is existed since 18th century or even before or even older. And yeah, any question about this place? No? Alright. Well, you can take a picture of this tomb, or you can do something in here, and yeah, you can also follow our translator to understand the meaning of the Japanese transcript right there. Alright? Okay, take your time in here. As you can see on your left side there is a house called 1970 house. Why it's called 8070 house? I'm sorry. Why it's called 8070 house? Because it is one of the oldest house in this village. You can see the architecture is very ancient. I mean, it's so close to the colonial Dutch era architectures, with giant doors and wooden windows in the left side and the right side. This house was owned by a person named Mr. Nur Wasil. And also you can see that there is a wall made up of concrete. A small wall made up of concrete is one of the typical architectures of Dutch colonial buildings. You will never see anything like this in another place, but in here you can see it. Also, we will go inside the house a little bit, and you can take a picture on there, and also you can try any vintage tools right inside there. And okay, let's go into there. Alright, so we are now arrived in front of a house called Esther's house. This house was built in 1940 and was owned by a Chinese and was used for Chinese traditional for a Chinese traditional hospital. Uh, you may find some traditional herbal medicines right there, and but there are no any medical practice anymore. The inhabitants of this house are now just selling medicines and yeah, herbal medicines. And also they also provide some a photo booth filled with ancient radios, ancient cameras, TVs, and old furnitures. Everything from the 90s is available in this house. Well, you can see there is a lot of things in front of his house. Of course, you can take a picture as long as you want. And any question about this place? Alright everyone, this is the end of our journey in Kampung Kayutangan. Please don't be sad because we will go to another destination right after this. I hope you enjoy your journey in this village, and I hope you learn so much thing about Indonesian history in a colonial Dutch era. Okay, I hope your cameras filled with a lot of photos from this place. And next we will go to the bus and we will get into the next destination. Okay, without further ado, let's go to the bus.